Since January 1st, all companies employing at least 50 full-time employees or the equivalent must provide them health care or pay a per-person fine. Whether you're offering this benefit for the first time or you've already had it as part of your plan, you know that it is expensive. But there are ways to bring that cost down. Gene Marks is the president and founder of the Marks Group, and he is also a columnist for the Washington Post. And you are here to talk to us about some of those ways.
Talking about healthcare costs. And just to make sure that we're clear, JJ, I mean, I'm not a benefits analyst. I'm not a healthcare specialist or selling life insurance. But just because we have like 600 clients in our firm, I see what some of my smarter clients are doing, and I write about this stuff and speak about it. So all I can do is share what smart business owners are doing to reduce their healthcare costs in 2016.
Right, because it is a big chunk.
It is. It's an enormous expense to business owners, and we've gotten over. I mean, we say, okay, if you have more than 50 people, you got to provide affordable healthcare insurance. Most people are kind of over that. We get it. We get what the laws. The big issue now is like, okay, healthcare is expensive.
So how am I going to do it?
Do we do it? So there are really three ways. There are more than three ways, but there are three big ways right now, okay? The number one way that I see is the least popular way, but growing, and that's called just self-insurance. There is a place called the Self-Insurance Institute of America that provides a whole bunch of information about it. But what I mean by self-insurance is, it sounds just like it sounds. You're basically contracting with a third-party administrator to take care of all claims for you, but as all claims come in from your employees, you are just paying them out of pocket. Now, most people that have self-insurance, they get a catastrophic policy on top of it. So if you start, somebody goes in the hospital, gets hit by a bus, or has a terminal, there's something, whatever, you've got some catastrophic policy so that it's not going to bankrupt you. But you're paying a lot of claims out of pocket. Now, really popular with companies with more than 500 employees.
Yeah, I was under the impression that self-insurance for a small business is quite expensive.
Right. With companies that are less than 50 employees, it's like 5% of all small businesses do that. But if you want to have somebody, if you've got a good savvy controller or a good administrator in place that wants to do something like this, have good wellness programs, a good way to control your costs, good pharmaceutical plans, good outside doctors that you outsource the work to or whatever, it could be an option for you if your health expense is that big.
It's at least worth looking into, but to your point, it's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work. There's no doubt about it, which is why so many few small businesses, and a big risk as well. So that's choice number one.
Okay, number two.
Choice number two is a medium thing, which is a hybrid plan. Sometimes it's called level funded. And that's kind of a combination of your typical small business insurance plan and self-insurance. And here is the way that it works. You pay in a premium just like you normally do every month. It's a fixed premium, so you're used to it. You can budget it out. That's all good stuff. And what that premium is doing is it's basically going into a pool of cash that's paying out for your employees' health costs. Anything that comes in above what you've estimated your health costs being, you've got a catastrophic policy there or another policy to cover that. So you're not going to be hurt by that. However, if your costs came in below what you were paying in during the year, you get the money back.
Got it. Okay, what's the downside?
Right. Well, the downside is that you've got to estimate it really, really good, right? You have to make sure that you've got good controls over what you are doing. So there is some risk there as to whether or not it's going to go higher or not. And if your experience is such that...
So you're saying if you've used up your premium, but there's no catastrophe, you're paying that difference out of pocket.
Correct. That is correct. So you've got like this little sort of a room there where you might be exposed to some additional costs. But if you do the right estimates and you're paying in the right monthly premium amounts, plus the other thing is just as a downside is if you estimate too high, you're paying in too much money. Even if you're getting the money back, in
you don't have the money to use.
You don't have the money during the year. So you got to be good at what your experience is in your history. But if you've got a good benefits person to work with, they can help you and look at your history.
So in both of those two scenarios, the administrative costs are much less than what other people are paying.
They are. That's exactly right. Okay. And by the way, in both of those scenarios, there were some other benefits as far as the insurance requirements with Obamacare's rules as well. There's less requirements of the type insurance they have to have under self-funded plans. The insurance companies are not exposed to certain taxes that they are under traditional plans. So they hopefully show that in reduced premiums as well. So
okay, and you said
good options.
There were three. So what's the third?
The third and final option is actually the most popular one, and that's the standard bronze plan, right? It's estimated within the next few years, 25 to 35% of all employees in America will be covered under a type of bronze plan. They're a high deductible plan, JJ, right? So traditional group insurance plan, you buy it, it's all fine under the Obamacare rules, it's providing the essential health benefits, you pay the premiums, and that's why you're giving all the risks over to the insurance provider. However, with a bronze plan, high out-of-pocket expenses and high deductibles. So you're basically pushing more costs down onto your employees.
Right.
one way to offset that, which has been really popular, is you couple a bronze plan with health savings accounts. Health savings accounts have grown in popularity by more than 60% over the past 4 years. You could put money away pre-tax for your employees. They could put money away as well, and then they could take that money and put it towards healthcare expenses to kind of offset the additional cost of those higher deductibles and higher out-of-pockets. So hugely popular. So the third choice, a bronze plan coupled with a health savings.
And is it clear that all of these bronze plans out there that you can get fit with Obamacare?
Yeah, they do. So, I mean, when you say all, I mean, I want to say like all,
Right.
but if they are officially a bronze plan provided by a major provider, you're completely
You're
within.
safe.
Yeah, that's correct.
Got it. Okay, great. Thanks, Gene.
Good. Hope that helped.